All right, Coach, wrapping up the regular season tomorrow versus Vermont. Haven't seen them since beginning of the year. That turned out to be a weekend split. Vermont took Friday, UConn took Saturday. Just want to get your thoughts into this last regular season game.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we played them, but even when we played them back there in October, I was very impressed with what Steve had done with the program. They skate really well. They've got good size. They play hard. Carrier's always been an excellent goaltender, and it showed with their progress this year. They, made a huge jump in the standings. Under his leadership, and it's going to be a great test for us tomorrow night.
Awesome. Joe, you want to start us off?
Yeah, thanks. Oliver Flynn got in the score column on Saturday. How has he improved during the season? Obviously, freshman has been seeing more time as of late. What's been Oliver's path up to this date?
Yeah, I think he's got a great work ethic and commitment to be a player. He's a cerebral player. It's just been, a little bit of a jump for him, but like many other players, we've had a lot of other players that have had growing pains through their freshman year, and then they've had great sophomore years. So he's a kid, I think, that can play up and down your lineup. He can eventually, I think, be a penalty killer for us, and maybe a centerman that's really tough on draws. So I like a lot of aspects of his game.
Samu was starting to score a little bit better as of late. Anything significant changed in his game at all, or just getting a little puck luck?
I think he's skating much more, and he's competing a lot heavier on pucks. He's going into battles, a lot heavier. And when you're winning battles, and a great example of that is Friday night's first goal. He wins a battle along the boards and then makes a great play to Wood, and then they have the give and go for the goal.
They have so many Europeans. They got 9 Europeans on their roster. A lot of them play key roles. That makes them a little bit older team than a team with only 4 seniors and stuff, right?
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't really factor a whole lot into that. I mean, a lot of the Europeans that play over here have been playing for a few years before they even get to college. It's very few just come over here straight from their native country. Most of them have been playing over here and have adapted to the culture. So they're good players, though. They're good players and certainly skilled.
What do you see from the Richards kid? He's their top scorer and seems to be playing pretty well.
Yeah, he plays with Matta and Walter a lot. It's a big, heavy line. So he skates well. He can shoot the puck. That's a line we're going to have to keep an eye on.
And finally, do you think you get Chase back tomorrow night?
It's trending that way, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, Coach
Sam, you want to jump in?
Yeah, I'll jump in. I'm doing the sideline stuff on Thursday night. Thanks for taking some time.
Sure.
Obviously, a big game as far as trying to get home ice for that first round playoff game. What's the approach of the team? How are you approaching that game? And what's the mindset?
I think we approach it like we approach every game. I don't think it's any different. It's a game where we want to go out and play our very best and leave everything we have out on the ice. We understand the ramifications of the game, but I think if you focus on that, you can paralyze yourself as well. So we're just trying to go out and play the very best game we can play.
And last time, are you honoring the seniors before the game on Thursday?
We did that last Saturday. So
okay.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
No.
I guess piggybacking off of that, still curious your thoughts, and I'm sure you've said it before. What are your thoughts on the senior class and what they've meant to the program?
I think they've been great. I've said that a couple times. The true measure of a man isn't necessarily how he, stands when things are going great. It's how they deal with adversity, and this crew has been awesome. It hasn't been necessarily the the regular season that they were envisioning. There's been a lot of ups and downs, but they've held strong. They've come to work every single day. They compete in practice. I have no issues with them. I think that they lead by example. It's just so I've been really impressed with how they've handled this season, and it's why I have a lot of confidence going into the playoffs, because when your upperclassmen aren't checked out and they're totally invested and plugged in and willing to do whatever it takes to win, your chances to win are certainly increased.
Sure. Great. Thanks, Coach.
Dan, we can jump over to you.
Does it remind you of a few years back when you played Providence in that regular season finale, where win in your home, lose and you're on the road?
I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, I guess it does, and then, the year before that was the same situation. We had a chance, we played Lowell at Lowell and we lost that game 2-1, I believe. And then we're going to have to go on the road to Maine before COVID shut everything down. So we've been in this situation a few times. This senior class in particular was in it when they were freshmen. So, and we learned that year too, that you can win and stay home and it doesn't work out for you either. So it's, as I said, we're not putting a lot of stock on that. We're really focused on playing the best game we can play as a team.
Do you feel like the team got any confidence from Saturday? You didn't get the win, but the performance seemed like it was there.
Yeah, I thought we played pretty well, but I think that's kind of been a microcosm of our season, Dan, sometimes. So the thing we want to do this week is play really well and find a way to win the game.
Do we got anything else for Coach, guys?
Cavi, are you surprised that, you've played so well so much of the year, and yet the puck just hasn't gone in the net? Have you been surprised that that's been the case? I don't want to say from start to finish, but for quite a bit of the year.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's been frustrating, but it's one of those things that you can't dwell on it, and you can't make it the focal point of your season. You have to understand that you got to keep grinding and you got to keep playing well and creating chances and bear down when you have those chances. The one area where I feel better about our team is in the past few games, I feel like we haven't missed the net as much on grade A opportunities. I think that was really a recurring theme for us. And we've focused, like I said, made it a point of emphasis that if we have a grade A opportunity, the goalie's got to make a save. And when you do that, like Matty Wood the other night, he didn't whistle one off the glass when Tattle gave him that puck. He shot 5-hole and it went in.
Right.
You got a chance if you shoot the puck on the net every time for it to go in. If you're throwing it over the net, you're probably igniting their breakout. So
right.
It's an area that I think we keep focusing on. I think goals will come.
And last one for me, from the younger guys, have you seen guys who you're confident can step into a leadership role next year? Because you lose so much experience on the blue line and other guys. But you've seen freshmen and maybe sophomores who can take the mantle of leadership.
Well, I think that there's certainly there, and if Chase Bradley decides to come back, he's a great candidate. He leads by example all the time. He's an unbelievable worker and committed to the program. So there's a few people I think could certainly fill the void that we're going to lose.